It is Susumila featuring Dazzla wanasema Kide Kide playing on your number one radio station. This is Light FM and asanteni sana, we are back, we are live and thank you so much for choosing Light FM kwa sababu tunaingia hapa hivi tena kwa mpigo, na kama kawaida show inajulikana kama vile Kitimoto. Hapa hivi we are discussing the state of the nation and kama kawaida tuko na wageni ndani ya studio. We are trying to do these things kwa sababu it is a political time. And right away ni kama kawaida kuintroduce, and on my immediate left tuko na Brand Kingedo ambaye amekuwa hapa hivi every day, pamoja basi na vile Felix Omari, na leo tuko na mgeni mwingine anaitwa Moses Eseko ambaye ni mfanyikazi wa serikali ya county ya Nakuru. Yeah. Thank you very much. And right away we are starting, and first things first, kama kawaida tunaingia magazetini na tunaangalia the Saturday inaitwa The Standard. Na waliweka title inasema what Uhuru is telling Mount Kenya about DP. We've seen the campaigns have started already, and both sides are trying to quarrel and to try to win souls, especially from the voters. Recently, we've seen Uhuru Kenyatta in Mount Kenya, and he talked in Kikuyu, and we are not sure of the translation, but we are just trying to see what would be this thing that Uhuru wants to spill to the people of Mount Kenya about the Deputy President William Ruto. Let me start from you, Brand Kingedo. Do you have any idea of what might be the thing that Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta wants to tell the people?
We can recognize there is a rift between Uhuru and William Samoei Ruto. Mm-hmm. That one we cannot deny. Mm-hmm. And he addressed the people of Ruiru, mm-hmm, and told them in the vernacular, easily translated, that we cannot vote. I'm not going to hand over, mm-hmm, to a thief in this government. Mm-hmm. And do you know, such things are allegations. Mm-hmm. These people have started the journey since 2013. Mm-hmm. Why are you recognizing that he's a thief 2017, 2022? Mm-hmm. If he was a thief, you could not take him as the deputy president.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you still believe that there's a rift between the president and...
Yeah, there's a rift and we can see it. That only a blind cannot see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Omari, what do you think this can happen, that Uhuru Kenyatta wants to spill, because the paper says that Uhuru wants to spill to the people of Mount Kenya?
No, first of all, I don't know. We saw Uhuru Kenyatta, was it in Nairobi somewhere? Mm-hmm. They said that we're not going to hand off to a thief.
Okay, exactly.
And since that day we have seen, no, they say unawashwa. Mm-hmm. If you are a thief, mm-hmm, utawashwa. Uh-huh. And we have seen some people coming out telling that he was referring to Deputy President William Ruto, mm-hmm, which I don't know if it's true, mm-hmm, but the statement I know is that he said that he's not going to hand over to a thief. Mm-hmm. So the thief themselves, mm-hmm, they know who they are, mm-hmm, and we cannot deny to say that.
Okay.
Secondly, Uhuru Kenyatta, of course, if you can see the future, or maybe what Yotsi is thinking, mm-hmm, or even his allies, mm-hmm, what they are talking about is that how they are going to hand over to Raila Odinga.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Isakon, what do you think Uhuru anataka kuspill to the people of Mount Kenya?
First of all, I would like to concur with what the president said, that we can't allow this country to be ruled by thieves or extortionists. Mm-hmm. And in an apparent view, mm-hmm, as you all know, mm-hmm, the guilty are always afraid. Mm-hmm. And the president did not mention anyone's name. Mm-hmm. But those that feel that they have dirty hands, or people who have been mentioned in corruption, were the first one to start saying that they have been targeted. And while all of us know, mm-hmm, the president didn't mention anybody's name, mm-hmm, but according to me, mm-hmm, even if the guilty have already come out gun blazing, starting to attack the president, that it seemed like he was attacking the deputy president, mm-hmm, and everyone, maybe the majority, mm-hmm, they know very well the recent undoings of the deputy president. Uh-huh. And just as my counterpart here just said that why is the president now saying that you won't hand over power to this, and in an apparent suggestion that he is likely to say that the deputy president is corrupt. Mm-hmm. But these are things that happened, and before 2017, we couldn't even really tell what was really happening. But after the second term, this is when the president started even doing the lifestyle audit. And even recently, you saw that the deputy president since 2013, his wealth was just a mere 100 million. And he only had a 2,500 acre parcel of land. And as of 5 years, 7 years down the line, he has able to reach like 20,000 hectares. He has a multi-billion empire. He has choppers. He has a lot of money, which we cannot explain through his meager salary that we pay our civil servants. He could not manage to have attained all that wealth within a short time. And that's why they feel maybe when we talk about corruption, we are directing the war against them.
Let me ask you, why the deputy president? Because we've always seen him in the limelights of the newspapers and the DCIs and the so forth things that look into the matters of corruption. We've seen some other people involved in corruption, but they are not being followed. Waiguru, for example, while she was in the other side, she was never followed. But after she crossed the border, that is the time when EACC and the DCI followed her. Why?
I guess, Bwana Kingpin,
yes, sir.
You as the interviewer or interviewee, we should try to be half balanced, because
it is just a
we should
question.
base our arguments on fact.
It is
because,
just a question.
When you start saying that Waiguru was not followed while she was on the other camp, that has been we can say that kuna watu ambao they have been creating a perception that those who are on the present side, they have not been followed. But that is not a fact. There was a time where Waiguru's office was raided while she was still in the government side. Even recently, she was summoned to the DCI, to the EACC and DCI because of the land fraud. And we can't jump and say that now that she has come to this other side, that we stop the cases so that we can please the other parties and say, because when she was on the other side, she was just summoned and whatever happened. Court cases are a process. Whether you are on this side, it is continuous. So if the hammer falls on you and you're on the other side, you can't complain the others.
Yes.
Let me talk like this.
Please do.
First of all, let me tell you this. Let's not defer or with our judiciary, what our judiciary is doing and what our EACC is doing.
Let's talk about the independence of the judiciary.
Yes.
Just on the same note,
yes,
we've seen that the independence of the judiciary has been undermined.
With who?
By the people, especially the government. It is a fact. The only time that the judiciary seen itself as independence is during the ruling of the the BBI.
No. You people and the Kenyans, of course, let's say the people who are supporting the DP William Ruto. When they see the ruling as made, going against maybe the government, they say that now the rule has been followed. But when they go, when they concur together, they start saying that, the executive is controlling the judiciary, which is not true. Let's give the judiciary its independence to make its own decision.
Thank you.
Yes.
Brian, we've seen...
Before you conclude on that part of the judiciary, I know it's one arm of the government which has always been independent. But unfortunately, there are some people who are using the courts to advance their political interest.
Exactly.
Whereby, just as my brother said, anytime that a judgment is done that is against the government or against other people, they come out gun blazing and cheer it. But when the same law cuts them, they start complaining saying that the other arm of the government, the executive, is using the court or the judiciary to undermine maybe the opposition, or because there are other people who are already there in government and they have assumed the opposition role. So I guess we need to be fair.
Thank you. It is Willy Paul featuring Rayvanny all the way from Tanzania. Wanasema playing on your number one radio station. They are making a comeback. Remember, Willy Paul is almost launching his album. And asanteni sana for choosing Kitimoto as your favorite show. Na kama kawaida tunarudi tena. Before we went for a break, gentlemen, you wanted to respond on something, especially on the thing about the ruling and the independence of the court system. Can you please do it before we move to another step?
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And I'm very sorry for my brother who was one of the propellers of the BBI, the head of Vijana Tuomoke na BBI. And this initiative was annulled by the court. And when it was annulled, there was a rift between the executive and the judiciary. And this is historical. When they declared that the elections in 2017 that they were null and void, we can see the dispute between their budget was slimmed, and you cannot work without money.
Exactly.
Right? That's why the wheel of justice is going slow, because of lack of facilitation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we are moving to another step. We've talked about the independence of the judiciary. Another system that is supposed to be independent is the IEBC, because actually that should be the one of the most independent systems in Kenya, because it deals with elections. Recently, MP Ngunjiri Wambugu, this is from Nyeri Town, Member of Parliament, wanted the IEBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati removed from the office because of the so-called biasness. Wambugu said that Wafula seemed to be lying on one part of a political system, that is the part of the deputy president. And he is alleging that during election, most likely, he may steal the vote to the deputy president, William Ruto. Do you think that is true, Mr. Isakon?
Those are just allegations, eh? But first things first.
Okay.
Chebukati is among the commissioners that oversaw the 2017 elections.
Exactly.
Which our good judiciary was able to say it was mismanaged. And Chebukati being among those who are heading the commission at that time, and even at the moment, these are the people we cannot entrust again in the future.
Exactly.
Because for us to have a free, fair, and credible elections, we need to inject new blood to the system, people of integrity. Because according to what people have been saying, it has been alleged that it has looked like Chebukati has been having some interest in our 2022 policy, and it's like leaning on one side, while they're supposed to be honest in all their endeavors and ensure that they are not bribed or coerced to support any party. Yes, and they're supposed to be non-partisan. Yes.
Okay, Felix, do you think it is wise that Wafula Chebukati should pack and go home before the general election?
I have a different opinion.
Okay.
From my colleague here. Even though we are from the same party. Those are allegations,
Exactly.
first of all. And I always say, like, it's good to give the independent commission, its independence, because it's an independent, institution. So we don't need to talk about that in public. Like, they are going to steal the votes or whatever. Chebukati was elected legally, following all the procedures. So I don't see any, acha malize kazi yake, his term, so that he can go home. But I believe in Chebukati.
Okay, thank you.
That's going to deliver the true and fair elections.
Okay.
I beg to differ with him, that Chebukati should finish his work. Just as I had said, Chebukati and the others mismanaged the 2017 elections.
Sure.
And there's no way again we can come and say again, this guy is the person who has changed, will now be able to manage the next election. It's not about maybe my side or the other side. It's about all of us who will be contesting. We want a free, fair, credible election. And since this guy did not manage to give us a free, fair election, just as our judiciary said, and that's why the 2017 elections were nullified.
Okay.
So someone is not up to task.
Let me respond.
Let him respond.
Can I respond
first.
just,
I'll
just
come
a
back
minute?
to you. No, please.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Okay.
I'm happy to listen to Esekon, the way he argues, and I tend to dispute and water down his point by giving you a great scenario. We are in a football match. The referee, does he determine the scores that you're going to make in the football match? I pose this question to them.
Okay.
And secondly, about the independence and electoral, they are saying it's directed with William Samoei Ruto. We have seen the dispute came after cabinet secretaries. One of Interior, Fred Matiang'i, campaigning for Raila, and another one of Health, campaigning for Raila. We can see even Joe Mucheru. Joe Mucheru is part even of IBC. These are people who are bringing technology in this IEBC because we are going to use automated things that are going to transmit the elections. So when we see like now they are trying to differ because the IBC, the chairman said that cabinet secretaries should distance themselves from the active politics and deliver what they are supposed to do.
Bwana Kingpin, just a quick response to him.
Yes, sir.
It's good that he has raised that point at the right time. And for me, I would like to say that, and it's stated categorically that it's okay. So now Chebukati, in his own wisdom, now that maybe someone like Matiang'i showed some interest and maybe saying that he would like, or the Gusii land would want to support Raila, of which this is not the first time the Gusii will be supporting Raila. But so it's unfortunate that Chebukati now has woken up from slumber, and that's why I said this guy lacks integrity. That when William Ruto was being supported by the former CS Rashid Acheza, Chebukati did not speak. When Keter and the others were going around supporting the president, he did not talk.